Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. And a happy allergy season to all. Shout out to my seasonal allergy friends. Throw your tissues in the air and wave them like you just don't care. It's an allergy party. Today's video is gonna be all about how I adapt my makeup routine to deal with my seasonal allergy symptoms. Let me name them for you. Itchy, watery eyes. That is probably the worst one for me. My eyes water uncontrollably and they are so itchy and I can't stop touching them, which is especially hard now because we're not supposed to be touching our faces. Another symptom that I struggle from is runny nose. My nose just starts running out of nowhere. I have no warning, I don't feel it coming. My nose is running and I'm running for the tissues, if you know what I'm saying. And then I just tend to get really puffy under my eyes too. As you can see, I have this random red puffy thing here that's happening that I just woke up with today. So I got a whole slew of symptoms that I deal with, and I have a lot of techniques that I use to still be able to do my makeup, because you know what? On a day when your allergies are really getting you down and you're not feeling good, sometimes you need a little makeup to make you feel pretty. If you want to see what techniques I use to still look cute and be sniffly, then please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, so normally when I'm doing my makeup, I start with eyes, but the base makeup is pretty simple for today, so I'm gonna start with that first. First thing I'm gonna do is do a little cooling action under my eyes to try to get rid of some of this puffiness. I have this little cool metal roller tool that came with my First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy. Shout out to my mom, she got me this. It's like a concealer slash corrector, but it has this nice little cooling roller tube on the other side that you can go under your eyes with. You obviously don't need this. You can actually use a spoon. If you want to stick a spoon in the refrigerator, that'll be just as good. I just don't have any clean spoons right now, so I'm gonna be using this. So you can go in with eye cream if you want, you can go with moisturizer if you want. I'm gonna use the little corrector serum or whatever's in here, but you just want something to give it some slippy action. And we're just gonna do a little under eye cooling. It feels so nice, it's so soothing. What can also help with under eye puffiness is just drinking a ton of water. That's probably the best thing you can do for under eye puffiness, but if you wanna speed up the process a little bit, take a cold spoon or a cooling tool and just go to town on those under eyes. Oh, and before we get to town working on our base makeup, throw some chapstick on. Get yourself a little lip mask to go while we're working on our face makeup. That way when we get to lips, they won't be crusty. All right, moving on. Today is not gonna be a full coverage glam, okay? Because when I put base makeup all over my face and I know my eyes are gonna be watery, it's just not the vibe. You don't wanna have to be trying to fix your face makeup all day, but we are still gonna get coverage. We are gonna be spot concealing and brightening our under eyes, and I'm gonna be showing you how I do it in such a way that I know that my watery eyes aren't gonna disturb anything. So let's start with the under eyes. I just have this little NYX Conceal Correct Contour palette. I would recommend a cream concealer for this rather than a liquid, just because a liquid is gonna dry down matte. So if your eyes get watery, that teardrop is gonna leave a line wherever that liquid concealer dried down. So you wanna go in with cream products because creams never fully dry down unless you set them. Creams give you a lot more wiggle room because one, they're not gonna leave a line at all. And if it does disturb the product even a little bit, you can just go back in later and tap it out with a clean finger and it'll go right back to how it was originally. Honestly, I use cream concealer all the time anyways, but especially if you're having a bad allergy day and if you have really bad watery eyes like me, cream concealer is a lifesaver. All right, not going too heavy on the under eye concealer today, keeping it nice and light and fresh. And now we're gonna do a little bit of spot concealing on the face. I'm gonna go in with my slightly more skin tone shade. This is a great palette. It comes in 3 shades. It has a light, medium, and dark. And then the shades inside the palette will range based on what shade you get. And it has a corrector, it has a contour, it has a bronzer, lots of good stuff. All right, so just using that skin tone shade here to do some spot concealing. You don't always need to cover your full face to get a full coverage, you know? If you just spot conceal the areas where you have blemishes or breakouts or redness, it's really gonna give you the appearance of full coverage without having to have your entire face covered with product. Especially on days where you're having really bad allergies and you have watery eyes and you know you're gonna be going in blowing your nose, especially if you're blowing your nose. You don't wanna just have like product coming off every time you go to use the tissue, because we know it's not just your nose, it's your nose, and the tissue also hits your cheeks, hits your mouth, hits everything, you know? So you don't wanna be pulling product off all day. All right, this amount of coverage feels good for me. I know you can still see a little bit of my redness, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. And especially, like I said, I know I'm gonna be going in with the tissues, so I'm not too concerned about a full coverage. I also should mention that I'm well aware that you could just use waterproof makeup if you wanna still have full coverage and you wanna not compromise any coverage in your routine, you still wanna go full glam. I just wanted to provide another option for those of us like myself who really don't like waterproof makeup and whose skin is way too dry and sensitive to be able to wear waterproof makeup. So keep that in mind throughout this tutorial. Alright, now that I have my base makeup done, my concealer I should say, I'm gonna go in with some highlight and I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter for a Hollywood Superstar Youth Glow. I know this is a pricey item, but honestly, it's been worth every penny. I think it's like $44, which is like crazy, but I've had it for like 8 months now and I have not even made a dent in it. So well worth the price to me, but the reason I like it so much is because it's a highlight that comes in foundation shades. You can find a shade that almost matches your skin tone, and that way when you go in and highlight, it looks incredibly natural. It looks so good and it blends seamlessly, doesn't have any big glitter particles or anything in it. It really does look like a glow from within. And I especially like it on days when I'm having really bad allergy symptoms because this just fades into nothing. Like it really does just seamlessly blend out, and I have never had a problem with my watery eyes leaving lines on here at all. I know this isn't exactly a cream, it is a liquid, and I mentioned before that creams don't dry down whereas liquids do, but this liquid does not really dry down, but it also doesn't stay sticky. It's wild. It's really magical. I don't understand the science behind the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter for a Hollywood Superstar Youth Glow, but it really works. All right, you can go ahead with bronzer if you'd like. If you are gonna go ahead with bronzer, I would recommend a cream. Everything for this face is cream, aside from the Charlotte Tilbury liquid highlight, but I am just gonna skip right ahead to blush. On days when I'm having bad allergies, I like to play up the blush because I feel like your face tends to get a little more pink, a little more red anyways on days where you're stuffy, days where you're having bad allergies. So it's kind of fun to just like play off of that and just be like, no, I'm having a blush moment. I'm not pink and puffy from allergies, it's just this cute little blush stick that I'm using from Colourpop in the shade Aloha. So we're gonna take that blush kind of far out. We're basically gonna take it all over the cheeks. This is the only color that I'm putting on my face right now, so it's okay to, you know, just put it everywhere. I'm gonna put it kind of bringing it up to the cheekbone almost, and then across the nose to really tie it. You want to tie it all the way together. And when you go to blow your nose and it takes all the blush off, it's gonna make your nose red anyways, so it'll still be all tied together. Working off of our allergy symptoms and reclaiming them, making them cute, making them glam. Allergies, but make it glam. And can you even believe it? This is the base makeup done. This is all I'm doing, but I feel like it just makes me look really fresh and healthy and like I don't have allergies and like I'm just naturally blessed with clear skin and flushed cheeks. All right, moving on to eyes. I have actually been foregoing an eye primer lately just because I've noticed it's a lot easier for me to clean my eyes up if I'm not wearing like a super matte primer on my eyes, but my eyelids do get oily, so I still need to prime them with something. So lately I've just been taking a skin tone colored eyeshadow and using that to just set the crease of my hooded eyes, and then I can get right into eyeshadow. And today I am using the Kathleen Lights So Jaded Colourpop palette. I'm just gonna be going into this Super Shock shadow, which is called Diamond. I think I'm gonna be putting that all over my lid. On days where I'm having really bad allergies, I don't like to do too much with eyeshadow, especially matte eyeshadows, because when my eyes get watery, the water somehow ends up like not only here and here, but also on my lid. I think it's because I have hooded eyes, so I blink and it like gets up there. So I try to avoid matte shadows because that could get pretty messy. So I like taking something super dimensional, like a Colourpop Super Shock shadow, and just putting that all over the lid. So I'm just going into that shade with my finger here, and I'm gonna put it on the lid, and I take it all the way up to my brow bone. I've been doing that more lately, ever since my early 2000s makeover video where I transformed into Britney Spears. If you haven't seen that video, check it out, it's really cool. Ever since that video, I've been really like bringing my eyeshadows up to the brow bone. It gives you that look of like you have a spotlight on you, you know, like if I come back here, you can just see there's like light hitting the lid and the brow bone and the cheekbone. I just think it looks so nice. Very dewy look, dewy eyes, dewy face, dewy everything. That's my whole vibe. And like I said, I'm using the Super Shock formula from this palette, but you can buy Colourpop Super Shock shadows individually. Just pick a shimmery, not glittery shadow. You don't want to do anything with big chunks of glitter in it, because especially if your eyes are really watery and you get glitter in your eyes, it's gonna be painful. It's gonna be very painful and unbearable. So you want to stick with something shimmery and dimensional, but without big chunks of glitter. And I would be perfectly satisfied to stop with the eye here and just go in with some mascara. But I know there's some of you out there, because I used to be this person too, that cannot leave the house without a wing. Well, we're not leaving the house right now, but cannot go a day without a wing. So I am gonna show you how I do a wing on days where my eyes are watery and my allergies are terrible. So we're not reaching for eyeliner, we're staying right in this palette because we're gonna do a shadow wing. So grab an angled brush. This one is from Colourpop. Anything is fine, just a nice sharp angled brush like this. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this nice like brownie gray color here, stoned. Tap off the excess, because we already did our face makeup. We don't want any fallout. And I'm just gonna keep it really, really close to the lash line to start with. And I'm only gonna take it about halfway in. It's a nice thing about a brush like this. You can get really, really close to the lash line. Now we're gonna bring out the wing, and we're keeping it a thin wing today. You don't wanna go too thick with the wing when your eyes are gonna be watery, because it's gonna be difficult to fix if your eyes water. It's definitely easier to fix with a shadow than it is with like a liquid or a gel eyeliner, but you still want to be careful and be mindful that your eyes might water today. So what I'm gonna do is, normally when I do my eyeliner, I'll start like right here at the tear duct. Because I know my eyes are watery, I'm gonna be going a little bit above that, keeping the wing nice and thin, going away from where the tears come out of my eyes, and you know, just keeping it little. See how I went up there? Normally I would go right here, so I'm keeping it high, and then I'm just gonna connect that here. I can feel the water wanting to come out of my eyes, so let me show you what I do when this happens. I tilt my head like this, give it a little blink, 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 blink to hurry it up. And just stick a Q-tip right there. Blink again. All right, there we go. No more water in my eyes. And that's where I'm gonna call it for the wing. That's as far as I'm taking it out. A nice slim wing that hopefully the water from your eyes will go around. Because remember, we kept it above the tear duct, and I also didn't take it all the way in. The shadow stops about right here. So if the front of my eyes is watery, we're not gonna have to worry about any shadow running or anything. All right, let me do the other eye and throw on a little top mascara. No bottom mascara today. Nothing on the bottom lash line today. Our eyes are watery. We don't wanna risk anything smudging. So let me go put on the other eye and some mascara, and I'll come right back. All right, I have my other wing done. My mascara is on. I don't know if you can tell, but I only did a single coat, which is very unlike me for mascara. I really like to build my mascara up and make my lashes look really thick. But when I'm having a bad allergy day and I know my eyes are gonna be watery, I like to give them as little potential as possible for running. Again, I know you could just use waterproof mascara, but I'm trying to provide you with an alternative because I do not like waterproof mascara. I think it's way too hard to get off, and honestly, I think it's too much of a hassle. So using my regular mascara, it's my Revlon So Fierce mascara. This one's pretty good at not smudging. It does get a little flaky if you build it up too much, which is why I only did one layer. And we are not done with the lashes there, because this next step is optional, but I am gonna go in with my magnetic accent wispies from Ardell. These are great for people who don't like putting on lashes or who have trouble putting on lashes, but especially if you're having a day where your allergies are really bad and you don't want to worry about your eyes watering and therefore the glue loosening and the lashes falling off. Magnetic lashes will not fall off when your eyes water. I like the accent specifically because I just think they suit my eye shape really nicely, and I like that they're not a full band. They won't cover the full span of your eye, they're just gonna do the outer corner, which is also nice if the inner corners of your eyes are watering. So many great things about these lashes. I can't speak highly enough of them. I do have a video fully reviewing them and giving them a win test, so if you want to check it out, look there, but for now I'm gonna put these lashes on. So they come in two pieces. They basically sandwich your natural lashes. So you have a top one and a bottom one, and you put your lash between them. So how I like to go about it is I just place the top one here, get it in the spot I want it to be. Okay, so then once I feel like that lash is in the right spot, I take the bottom lash, and I try to get as close to my eye as possible so that those magnets can connect. And there you go. there's my magnetic lash. Sometimes it takes a couple times, sometimes you do have to try it again. If you do need to take them off at all, just put your fingers at the base of your lashes and slide the magnets apart. Try not to just rip them out because you don't want to rip out any of your regular lashes. That's the nice thing about these, is you don't have to waste any lash glue if you don't get it the first time. You can just take them off and try again. So flirty and cute. I love these little accent wispies. I think they look so good, and especially on days when your allergies are really bothering you and you don't want to be bothered with lash glue. Magnets will save your life. All right, moving on to our last step, which is lips. Remember earlier in the video where we put our chapstick on so we could have a nice little lip mask while we did the rest of our face? Well, my lips are feeling nice and moisturized and soft, and I'm ready for a gloss. We're not going to be going in with a lipstick today because despite the fact that I moisturized my lips previously, I know that on days when I have bad allergies, my lips are incredibly dry, and especially if you're blowing your nose constantly, you're just going to end up rubbing stuff off, and really, it's a hassle to wear lipstick on bad allergy days. I'm going to be going in with a gloss. I got the Fenty gloss, but whatever gloss you have will do. Something moisturizing. Not all glosses are created alike. This gloss is incredibly moisturizing. It has jojoba oil in it. I feel like it wears nicely. It's not too sticky, but definitely want to pick a gloss that gives your lips some moisture because my lips get dry on bad allergy days. All right, this is the finished look. This is my allergy season glam. How do you like it? Even though I don't have the full 9 yards like foundation and bronzer and powder and all that stuff, I still feel very glam. I still feel very glowy and dewy and fresh. I also don't think I mentioned before, I haven't powdered anything and I didn't set my under eyes or anything. If you have incredibly oily under eyes and you want to set them, you can. Just keep in mind that anytime you put powder on and your eyes are watering, they will leave a line through that powder. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. That lets YouTube know to recommend it to other people who might like this video. And if you made it to the end, you have to subscribe. It's the law. You can talk to a police officer. You can talk to your local firefighter. They will tell you the same thing. If you watch to the end of my videos, you have to subscribe. I'm sorry, the button's right there. You can pet the butterfly, whichever side she's on. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they're always really cute and sweet and fun. So I hope to see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.